Hey, Palm Valley students. So I'm coming on here to tell you we have video number 2 ready for you guys for this week. And the coaches are going to come on first, just say hi. Each one is going to give you a little tip or advice. And then we're going to you need to do your warm up with Miss Crystal. Then you need to do stretching, just like we did last week on your own. I'll come back on here to guide you through that. And then we will do the exercises, and I'll have both Charlie and Grace leading you through those. Then I'm going to come on at the end and tell you about the challenge that's going to be coming up. So for this week, I only want you to do these exercises, the conditioning part, all the way till Friday. And then I want you to have Saturday and Sunday to only do stretching. No strengthening or exercises, because you're going to need to not be sore for challenge week, which is next week. Okay? And that's going to be a little contest, and I'm going to tell you all about that at the end after you've done all of your workout. Okay? So you're going to see me back on here in just a little while. And I know we're all cooped up. Most of us are sick of being home. Our moms and our dads are probably going a little bit crazy because they're not used to having to teach you all your work from like normally your teachers do at school. So we're going to give you a little bit of outlet and a little bit of workout. And sometimes some of this stuff we do is not fun. You don't always think of conditioning as fun, even though some of the things I am going to show you this week can be fun. And I'm showing you one way you can even do it with a partner if you have siblings at home that'll do it with you. Or maybe your mom or your dad will do it with you. That's fun also. So I know it's not always fun, but getting stronger, like I said last week, is what's important. And that when you do come back, you don't want to be all weak and not even be able to do half of the skills you could do before. So one thing I do want to talk to you about before we get started is this. If you are doing any gymnastics, like at your house, if you're allowed to in your house, or you're allowed to in your home, make sure it's things that you already had at our gym. Don't do any new things. Try to do flips or stunts that you haven't done before, because there's not the right matting at your house. So do the things that you already know how to do and make them polished, which means straight legs, pointed toes, straight arms. If you have your hands on the ground, your hands are turned in slightly. If you have a trampoline at home, make sure you're being safe. Trampolines cause a lot of problems if they're not used correctly. So make sure you're keeping those arms up by your head the entire time, so that way if you ever do fall backwards towards your head, you don't hurt your head or your neck. So make sure you're practicing good technique, but also be sure you're not doing any crazy new stuff. We only want to be doing stuff we already knew how to do. And make sure it's also in a place that has plenty of room, so when you come down, you're not breaking your mom's new vase, or you're not kicking an end table or breaking the couch or anything like that. Okay? So you're going to be seeing Miss Katie first. You'll be seeing Miss Katie up first, and then the rest of the coaches, and then you'll start your workout. Okay? And I'll be back to lead you through your stretches. See you in a minute.
Good morning, everybody. This is Miss Katie. I'm just sitting here in the morning drinking my coffee in my pajamas still, which I've been doing a lot lately. But just to remind you how important stretching is and flexibility is for gymnastics. I've been trying to keep myself and my boys doing stretching, because when you don't stretch, your body starts getting stiff and it starts hurting. So make sure you do your simple little stretches a couple times a week, even every day, the best. Just remember stretching, and also your flexibility during your splits so you don't get stiff for gymnastics. I hope y'all are doing well, staying safe. Can't wait to see y'all again.
Hey everybody, Coach Hayden here, coming to you tonight to talk to you about strength and conditioning and a few ways we benefit from doing that, okay? So first of all, I tell my students a lot of the time before we even start conditioning, we strength condition. Why? For preventing injury, okay? It's super important, strengthening our muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, making sure that if we take a fall in or out of the gym, our bodies will be prepared and we will hopefully not get hurt. That's the ultimate plan and idea. So, secondly is to improve our gymnastics. That's why we're here, right? So, strength and conditioning is super important. A lot of our skills are going to require a lot of strength in all parts of your body. So we have to make sure we're constantly working every day we come to gym, even at home too right now, in this case, since we can't go to gym. Very important to keep at your conditioning and keep trying every day, okay? If not every day, every other day, every couple days, okay? So that video we put out a week ago, you guys can always refer back to that and mix and match some of the things we were doing, us coaches on there. There's a lot of good stuff. And so let's see, preventing injury was one, keeping up with our gymnastic skills, improving and maintaining our strength. Last thing I want to say about our strength and conditioning is it's good for your mental health as well too. So whenever I finish working out or doing some conditioning around the house or wherever outside, I always feel pretty good about myself, and it makes the rest of the day go along a little more smoothly, and I have a little more energy. And so yeah, those are a few things you can take from strength conditioning. It's not all about getting super strong. It's also good for your cardiovascular health, mental health, everyday life, all right? So see you guys later. Hope everyone's staying safe out there.
Hi everybody, it's Coach Donna. How are you doing today? I hope everybody's doing well and staying at home. I know some of you kids are tired of being at home and bored, but now's the perfect time for you to work on your flexibility and your strength. So make sure you work on the splits and focus on your technique. Make sure the toes are pointed and make sure you're doing these exercises every day. Everybody keep safe. We miss you guys and we hope to see you soon. Bye.
Hey Pond Valley family, this is Coach Alex. I just want y'all to know that we are thinking of y'all every day, and we know that you're having to do a lot of schoolwork, and it's different because you're at home. But I want to remind you guys to listen to your parents, to get your schoolwork done, so that way when we send you our fun workout videos, you can do them. Okay, I want to challenge you guys to do one nice thing for your parents a day. So whether that's you want to help mom wash dishes after dinner, you want to help dad outside, you decide, okay? And I'm going to ask you guys when you guys get back, who did what for their parents and who helped out, okay? Y'all stay safe. We miss y'all. We love you. Please get your schoolwork done. Don't fuss at your parents. Get it done so that you can do our workouts and you can get stronger. Bye, guys. We love you.
Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. To all my kiddos, I miss you like crazy. I cannot wait to see you. To those of you that do not know me, I am Miss Crystal. I work majority of the time over at our Jackson facility. I have the privilege of working with a level 3 advanced pre-team, and I'm also a team coach. If by chance you catch me over at our Wilson facility, I am either teaching advanced hip hop or I am upstairs in the waiting room because I'm a personal trainer.
So when I warm up, I like to do with music. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 4 different exercises. Each exercise is going to be a minute long each. You want to do all 4 exercises without stopping. I'm not going to do all 4 minutes, but you are. I want your heart muscle to work. I need your heart rate to go up, okay? So you just follow what I do. Ready? This time we start. Shuffle, shuffle, touch.
welcome back. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the same stretches that we did last week. So I'm gonna put the video in of Charlie doing the splits and everything. This week, I'd like you, when you're done, to go in and work a straddle pancake as well. All right, make sure your toes are pointed, you have a wide straddle, and your little toe is towards the carpet or the floor, not your big toe, your little toe. And then your tummy is trying to go all the way forward and flat as far as you can. If you can't get your tummy down, try to at least get your chin to the ground. Okay, and same thing, hold for about 15 to 20 seconds. Alrighty, so we're gonna do I'm gonna put the video from last week that Charlie did, do the splits alongside with her, and then we'll get started with the exercises for this week. All right, now we're gonna talk about splits. We all know about splits, right? But there's a good way to get into not just going straight into your split. Here's one way. You start in a lunge. So she's in a lunge with her toe pointed in the back and her knee as far and up the front as she can go. But her toes are still in the most front. You don't want your knee to be in front of your toes. You want your toes to be out the furthest. So there you go. And then you're gonna go to a straight leg. Now we're switching the stretch from that into the back right here of her hamstring. This part of her leg is stretching. And she holds that a few seconds and then she goes to her split. Okay? So as you can see here, I'll turn it for a second. Woo, she has her split. All right, you want to give that a good at least 10 to 20 seconds. All right? If you want to try to make this a little bit harder, you could put your foot up on something, or you could also do this. Lay on your leg and make your tummy all the way flat on your leg. Charlie, lay all the way on your leg. And hold it a little bit, and then also, see how she's got the bottom of her foot, and arch back also. So that stretches a little bit too, okay? If you want it, those are some ideas. Then of course you would do the same thing on the left leg. Don't just do your good leg, always do both legs. So we'll go fast and do that again. Left, lunge, and then we went to the straight leg. She's going a little bit faster on this one for you, but make sure you hold them evenly the same sides, and then go to split. This one she's not quite as good at, so this one is the one you should spend. If you spend 10 seconds on one side, you might want to spend 15 or 20 on this side. So you can get the one that you're not quite as good at even better. And to stretch her more, she can lay on that leg, stay in the split and lay on the leg, and then she can arch back. Okay, then she's gonna go to side lunges. Here's another way to work your middle split. You lunge on one side and one leg is out to the side like that. And then you switch to the other leg. And then you go to middle split. While she's holding that, I forgot to tell you guys, I am not sick. This is just my voice. My voice has a little rasp in it all the time, but today it's a little bit extra. It's probably from the stress of being home all the time, right guys? It's getting boring being home all the time, isn't it? Okay, now we're gonna go into a pike stretch. Pike stretch can be just a regular stretch like that. You really wanna work those toes pointed. Or you can also do slides. So she puts her hands on the floor and she slides past her feet, keeping her toes pointed the entire time. Okay, and then I'm gonna show you a shoulder stretch as part of your warm up. Don't do it that way, do it the other way. Thank you. And point those toes at the same time. And then we're gonna stretch our wrists. She stretches them all each way. You can always hold it a little bit longer. And then she's gonna stretch her feet, so her feet go under. Straighten your legs out. And she points one toe under, and she has one heel towards the ground. And so she's stretching her feet and her Achilles tendon. And then switch to the other one. So she's switching both, stretching the arch and the Achilles tendon there. You want to make sure that back leg is straight. Okay, then we also want to lay down and work on our bridge. So this is why you want to make sure it's some part of the house that either you have a rug or you are carpet or something. You could do a bridge on the floor, but I bet it's not as but it doesn't feel as good. So this is the regular bridge. See how her arms right here, her armpits are out as far as they can go towards her head. You don't want your head to be in. Do the opposite, Charlie, and show them what's the wrong way. Where she has her head back towards her bottom, you don't want that. You want your head to be sticking out this way and then kind of neutral. All right, good. And then you always want to maybe rock and roll and get that. To show you guys the exercises we're going to have for you this week is going to be Grace and Charlie. Okay, they're part of my family, so if you're sheltered and you're wondering, how did I get a gymnast and a dancer in my house, it's because they live right next door and they're part of my family. So Grace is in our senior company and Charlie's on our gymnastics team. So first thing we're gonna do is they're gonna get in a push-up position. Grace is gonna act like she's a level 1 or maybe an early level 2. And Charlie, scoot back up, both of you just a little bit. And Charlie's gonna act like she's a higher level, like Hot Shots level 3 or preteen. And they're both gonna lift their right arm up and then put it back down, and the left arm up and put it back down. And that would be 1 because they did each arm once. So we're gonna keep going. Ready? And up 1 and 2, actually that's 2, and 3 and 3 and 4 and 4, all the way up. 5 and 5 and 6 and 6 and 7 and 7 and 8 and 8. Keep going, you got it. 9, you're starting to get tired. 9 and 10 and 10. And Grace would stop and Charlie would keep going. 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, and 15. So if you're the higher level, you would go like to 15. If you can do up to 20, great for you. If that's hard, then just stop at the 15. Or stop at the 10. You can also do them, those you should repeat in sets. So in actuality, that would be 1 set. And then you would repeat it 3 times. So you would get back in push-up position, pretend like you're gonna do them again, girls, and you would start all over with your 1 and 1, and so on. Stop right there. Okay, it's kind of windy. We moved outside, so we thought we need to get a little sun. So the next thing we're gonna be doing is for our legs, and it's gonna be doing air squats. Grace on the left is gonna be doing just the regular squat, and Charlie on the right is going to add a jump with it. Okay, if you want to make it a little harder when you jump, throw your arms up with it too. So she squats and then she throws her arms up, okay? So you can choose either way, and we're gonna do a set of 10 first. Feet apart, and go all the way at least halfway, and then go 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, and 11, and 12, and 13, and 14, last one 15. And that was 1 set. And then you give yourself a little break and then do 2 more sets of that. Okay, for the next one, we're doing our core, and we're gonna be doing it in a fun way in case you have siblings at home at the end, and if you don't, then we're gonna show you the way you do it just by yourself. So both of them are gonna get down on their knees first, then on their elbows. Make sure you're on carpet or grass or something soft. And then they're gonna push their feet out like to a push-up position, and their bottoms are down, but their backs are like a buffalo. But you do not wanna arch your back. And you would want to have some kind of timer like on your phone, or have your mom put a timer on. And you would wanna hold this for anywhere between 20 to 30 seconds. So let's say right now, if you don't have a timer, you can just count. You could should say 1 gymnastics, 2 gymnastics, 3 gymnastics, until you got to 20 or 30, and then rest. They both rest, and then they're gonna rest for a second. Good way while they're resting is to hit a split. Show them just hit a split and be stretching while you're resting before you do your plank again. So then we're gonna show you now the fun way to do the planks. Of course, you would do 2 more sets of the regular planks if you don't have a sibling or someone at home with you that can do it. If not, you can also do the plank this way. Okay, and we call these bunk beds. So one gets down, lays on their back, and the other one is gonna have their feet, her hands are going on her feet, and then the feet go there. And then she would hold for 30, and then they would trade places, and they would do that 3 times in a set. Okay, those are called bunk beds. And they're kind of fun to do together. Make sure you use the correct form as I just showed you. Don't arch the back, have the toes pointed, the whole 9 yards. Okay, last exercise, we're gonna do mini arm circles. And these seem really easy, but once you start getting like to 50, 60, 75, 100, they're hard. Make sure you're going forward first, or you go one direction and then you stop, and then you'll go the other direction. And they're mini circles, they're not big. Show them the wrong way, Grace. We don't want them like this, or go the other direction, do them big. Yeah, we don't want them like that. We want them mini, that your arms need to be tight. So when I come up and I touch their arms, I can feel that she's making a muscle in her arm right there. There's a muscle. Make sure you're making a muscle and you have a fisted hand as you're doing these, okay? So I would say 50 forwards, 50 backwards for level 1s and 2s, and I would say 75 to 100 for the next level. Make sure you go forwards and backwards. Okay, so thank you for joining us today, Grace and Charlie. Okay, hope you enjoyed those exercises for this week. They're a little bit different than last week's. Remember, you want to stop doing those for sure by Saturday, okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now about the challenge that we're going to have. Starting on next Monday, so a week from yesterday, okay? So you have 6 more days. You can do these exercises all the way through Saturday and then just stretch Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday starts the challenge, okay? And what we're gonna be doing is you're gonna have to have an adult that you just get a blank piece of paper, and you're gonna be doing some different types of conditioning exercises. You're gonna have to have the adult timing you, and they're gonna put how many you did in that amount of time. Okay, and it'll each be for a minute. So they're gonna time you for a minute, and then you're gonna put the number you did in the minute. Okay, they're gonna be 3 different exercises that you're gonna be doing for time. I'm not gonna tell you what the exercises are because I don't want you to practice them, because of this. If you practice them, you're going to get sore, and it's things that you've already done before anyways. So it's not like you don't know how to do them, but you must be doing exercises the way that I'm gonna give them to you in the video that talks all about the challenge for next week. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna have write on a piece of paper your name, your level, and how many you did of each of those 3 exercises. And then you're gonna take a picture of the paper, and then you're gonna message it to Palm Valley. And I'll give you more about how you do that for next week. But that's why you're gonna be doing those things for a whole minute, okay? Which means you're gonna have to push really hard, which really means that you want your body to be resting on Saturday and Sunday more. Also, you don't have to do it Monday. You can do it Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to give you all the way up to the end of the week to do it. So if you're not going to do the challenge till like Wednesday or Thursday, then you can keep doing this exercises up to about 2 days before whenever you're going to do the challenge, okay? But it's also smart to do one exercise a day for that minute. That way, you're not so as tired and you could probably get the most numbers if you don't do all 3 in one day. Of course, that's totally up to you, but that's what it's going to be about. It's going to be a contest to see within your level. So level 1s won't be competing against level 2s. Level 2s won't be competing against level 3s or hot shots. Okay? You'll be competing within your own group, and there will be prizes for the top 3 in each level. And you'll know all about those prizes next week when I come back on in a new video. So next Monday, be looking for the video that we post to our Palm Valley Facebook, or also our new website, okay, which is just www.palmvalleygym and dance. I believe it's gym and dance. It might be gymnastics and dance. I need to double check for you guys on that. But I will, it's either Palm Valley Gymnastics and Dance or Palm Valley Gym and Dance. I need to double check which way it works. But I will let you know that for sure by next week. Okay? Alrighty. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's exercises. Remember, if you're doing any kind of gymnastics like cartwheels, handstands, anything that you normally already work in gym, make sure it's something you do already work. Like if you don't have a back walkover yet, don't take this time to get your back walkover. Instead, work on polishing your skills so when you get back, I bet you're really ready to go to get that back walkover. Okay? Or if you don't have a back handspring yet, definitely don't take this time to be doing any back handspring. And don't ask your mom or dad to spot you either, because they weren't trained for that. Just like if your mom or dad is a doctor, I'm not trained to be a doctor. So make sure that you are practicing what you already know what to do. Okay, and be careful, be safe. We miss you guys like crazy, and we can't wait to see you back next Monday with the challenge.